Hey, Scott, Joanne, thanks for joining me today. You guys, always a breath of fresh air to talk to. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules. Scott, I know you just got back from a fantastic little motorcycle vacation, so kudos to you. Glad you came back in one piece, and I hope you had fun.
David, had a blast, and it's good to be back. It's always nice to go away and find that thing you're passionate about to recharge the batteries, and it's always great to see you, my friend.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Joanne, good to see you as well. Just a quick recap. The three of us got an opportunity to meet this past year in January when we were all up in Vail, Colorado. Had a fantastic mastermind. And had the opportunity to learn about just a different solution when it comes to health insurance and the different programs that are out there. So this is something that I have done a lot of digging into. Scott, with you, you've spent a lot of time with me and Joanne as well, just understanding the different opportunities out there. So Scott, if you could just give me a quick, brief overview, maybe a 2-minute highlight. And what I'd like to do is create another webinar where the three of us can spend some time with all of our clients and produce a very in-depth conversation. But can you give us just maybe a little elevator speech on what it is that you have so we can push this out to our clients?
David, I'd love to, and thanks for the opportunity to do that. I used to be the employer to over 400 staff members, family members, as I like to call them, teammates. And the topic of insurance is something that rubs a lot of people raw, and for many reasons, rightly so. I became fascinated with this topic over the last several years, so much so that I'm now the executive director of a company called SBA Freedom Protect. And I have found that there are three things predominantly that come up in people's minds when it comes time to needing to take action on their behalf when things don't work out the way they intended physically. And one of those questions is, who do I have access to? When something goes wrong, who do I have access to? Important question. The next one is, well, okay, how convenient is that group of people that I have access to? And the third question is, can I afford it? Does that really fit inside my budget, or is this going to create a financial travesty for me?
Sure.
To answer those questions, David, we dive into about 6 things that really make us stand out because, let's face it, I like to reference it as, you come to an intersection, there's like 4 gas stations on every corner. Well, regardless of what they're called, they're all within pennies of the same exact price of each other. It's kind of like that in the health insurance industry, if you think about it. It's really not a whole lot of differences one to the other. All we know is it's like, oh, come on. Why is there such a price gouge? Why is it so expensive? Why is this such a burden financially? And
Absolutely.
do you agree with that? I mean, it's just not pleasant. So right off the bat, I want everyone to know we are like across the board. I'm not able to say black and white, but I can say across the board on average, we're like 20 to 40% less expensive than everybody else. And we've all got to get driven to these PPOs. So let's talk about that next. We use the largest PPO network in the nation, which is PHCS, Private Healthcare Systems. And great company. We have a phenomenal relationship with them, which means we're answering that question of, who do I have access to it? Is it convenient? Well, they're like the largest network, so it makes it pretty doggone convenient and a lot of options to choose from. Kind of like if you go to ice cream, do you want chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry, or do you want 31 flavors? So we kind of feel like that's how our network is. The third thing I will tell you is huge. So we got less expensive across the board, great network, most convenient one. And number 3, get this, and everyone please listen carefully to this. No deductibles. Think about that for a second. What a racket if you think about deductibles. We don't have any. It means that the first time you need help, you've got a first dollar benefit that's kicking in. Number 4, we don't get into open enrollment time periods. So we can onboard people any day of the year, all week long, all month long, all year long. It's perfect for us. So that's convenient. The 5th thing is when it comes to our freedom plans, we don't have any exclusions on pre-existing issues. So what if you're pregnant? Not a pre-existing condition. There's a lot of things that fit into that camp. And so I love talking about that because we're really welcoming to people regardless of their circumstances. And I would say another biggie is we don't do any underwriting where we're like getting picky and choosy, waiting for blood samples or urine tests to be evaluated. We just say, come as you are. And I think that's really inviting for people. And so those are some of the things that really make us stand out, David, that people really have appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. And just from our conversation as well, the way that we got introduced was in the real estate industry. So we both share a lot of common clients already. And the nice part about what you offer is the opportunity for independent agents to also come onto a platform. There's a little more work involved, but it is a possibility, which is definitely a nice attribute to some of the teams and agents that my company supports.
I have so much respect for you and all the other entrepreneurs out there that are independent contractors, if you will. That's how they're flat, 1099 independent income. And that's the way I kind of grew up. I'm an entrepreneur myself, so I really appreciate that place that people find themselves. And you're right. We are like, as far as we know, we're like the first company that's figured out how to take those 1099 people and formulate them into a group benefit program so that people aren't isolated, kind of standing on their own to fend for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, great. Well, we don't want to do the whole webinar today, but just wanted to spend a few minutes with you. I'm going to post this on Facebook with a link below. In a couple of weeks here, we'll have a full-on presentation from you detailing out all the specifics of the different plans and the opportunities. So any SBS clients and friends, I definitely look forward to you joining us and learning something new. So Joanne and Scott, thanks so much. Always appreciate talking with you both.
Our pleasure. Thanks, David.
Thanks.